All right, what's up, Counterpunch of Boxing? Okay, check it out. Look, I want to have an open, honest, unbiased discussion about the Andre Ward Gennady Golovkin situation. Look, a lot of people out there, accusing Golovkin of ducking Ward. A lot of people accusing Ward of ducking Golovkin. So, I want to kind of get into it and break it down. And you guys know I do my homework. So, but by the way, Brandon Rios just got a notification real quick. He's having his open media today, fighting Guerrera. It's a good comeback fight. Since I lost to Timothy Bradley, but Guerrera, I believe it's Guerrera. I looked him up. I don't even know who it is, but former sparring partner to Juan Manuel Marquez Guerrera. So, if you guys are a Rios fan, hop over there. I talked to Rios not long ago. Gennady Golovkin just updated his profile picture on Facebook. There it is, but let's get back into it. Let me play you a little bit of audio, and look, this is where the contradiction comes in. So it's Andre Ward. He'll say one thing, and then he'll say another. Like I said, they're very good at the counter argument. It's like they have a. It's like they always have a prepared statement for all the tough questions, So, but let me tell you, or let me let you listen to where it all started.
Well, I think, Virgil, my coach, misspoke a little bit. I'm not willing to go back down to 168. It'll be a great fight. I hope the fight can be made one day. I think it's a tremendous fight. It's probably, outside of this fight with me and Kovalev, one of the biggest fights that can be made in boxing. But I would welcome that if he came up, but I'm not going back down to 168.
Okay, so basically he's saying, look, if he comes up to light heavyweight, I'll take the fight. I mean, that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense because, before that, like I said, back in 2015, he was saying if you come up to 168, I'll take the fight. Okay, so, he's kind of talking out of both sides of his mouth. But, but we'll get into it. We'll get into the breakdown. You got, damn, my thing's flipping there. You guys know I do my homework. 2015 Paul Smith. Now you got to remember, Paul Smith was moving up in weight to fight Andre Ward, and he asked for a catch weight of I believe it was 170, but then Andre Ward said no, it's going to be at 172 or nothing. So I mean, what does that tell you? That kind of tells you that Andre Ward, if he, why won't he take 170? So is it because he can't make 170? But then again, I kind of think, is it mind games? Is he saying, well, no, I can't make 170. We got to have it at 172 because, I'm too big now. It's got to be 172, and then immediately after that, you got to remember he jumped into a pretty good acclamation fight with Sullivan Barrera in 2016. Like I said, I'll give him that. It was a good acclamation fight, but I have a huge problem with the Alexander Brand fight in 2016. Again, Alexander Brand pulled up in weight, and, I didn't like that at all. And remember, Alexander Brand, Paul Smith, going back to Paul Smith, he had 2 losses in a row to Arthur Abraham leading up to the Andre Ward fight. So, Paul Smith, he was being pulled up. He's coming off of 2 losses, and it was a ninth round TKO, but he was a punching bag in there. And then of course Sullivan Barrera, like I said, it was a decent acclamation fight, but that Alexander Brand fight, a unanimous decision. I mean, I don't know. And then you got him right before the Andre Ward fight. Alexander Brand, he just fought a guy from like Kazakhstan, I believe, or the UK. I don't remember where he was from, but pretty much a no-name. And he won a split decision right before the Andre Ward fight. Didn't look good in that fight at all, I don't think. And then went into the Andre Ward fight. And remember, the New York State, or either the New York State Athletic Commission or the California State Athletic Commission tried to stop the Alexander Brand fight. They said, we're not going to sanction that. We're not going to sign off on it. It's a complete mismatch. Andre Ward goes 12 rounds, unanimous decision. So I mean, so like I said, there's a lot of, you can argue it either way, and I'm just giving you a little bit of history, on Andre Ward. I know my shit. So hang on, listen to this part of the interview.
Andre still can make 168 and need for GB, so it would be approved. Going back, if Triple G said we'll fight Andre Ward at 168. Andre Ward can make 168 and a fight can happen. Of course, he can make 168.
Okay, right there. That's Virgil Hunter, not long ago saying, of course, shaking his head like, hell yeah, he can make 168. And then, Andre Ward saying, well, he misspoke. Come on, you're a trainer? Like, Virgil Hunter misspoke? And I've listened to other channels out there. And by the way, a lot of you channels, y'all better keep my name out of your mouth. I mean, trust me, you don't want to go to war with me, because, I mean, these channels out there doing a lot of shit talking. But, people are saying, oh, it's a, fanboyism, right? Like, oh, Virgil Hunter makes one comment, and here comes all the fanboys, and it's like, no, you're a professional coach. You don't make ignorant comments like that. And it wasn't just one little comment. I mean, he said it with conviction. Of course he can. It wasn't just some off the fly comment. So, Right there, right. I know it's hard to hear. It's shit audio, sorry, but that's Virgil Hunter saying, look, after we finish with Kovalev, we can move back down, okay?
We still can make 168 and need for KB, so it can be approved. Him going back, if Triple G said, we'll fight Andre Ward at 168, Andre Ward can make 168 in the fight cap. Of course, he can make 168.
I mean, right? I mean, he just says it over and over again. Of course, of course, of course. So, and then, like I said, Andre Ward fired back and said, no, he misspoke. So, look, Andre Ward, okay, oh, shit, hang on, let me get my picture back up. If you go back to the Olympics, okay, he did fight at light heavyweight in the Olympics, all right? And then, and you remember, he started his professional career at middleweight, okay? But then he was too big for it, and then he went on to super middleweight, when he was in like his early 20s, I believe, something like that. Early on in his career, is when he made the jump up to 168. So, and then we got to, like I said, the Super Six. For years that's where he campaigned. Then he had all the fucking Goosen trials and all the problems. Came back in 2015 at a catchweight, and then now he's a light heavyweight. So but to me, I guess that does kind of favor Andre Ward, because if you look at his history, he started as a light heavy in the Olympics. Okay, then he had to drain down to make middleweight. All right. Then he went back up to 168 early in his career, and that's pretty much where he's been. So, but here's the side for Golovkin, okay? I mean, Andre Ward, he says, I'm a small light heavyweight. I can make 168. So it's the back and forth. Now, in my opinion, I mean, I think, it probably would be tough for Andre Ward, to go down one more division, from light heavyweight to super middleweight. But I think he can do it. I think he can do it. Look, let me put it this way. I think he can do it easier than like a Brook. Brook can go from fucking a middleweight down to a welterweight. So therefore, yes, it can be done. It's only one division, and he's been in that division. I mean, that's where he had all of his success. I mean, that's his natural body weight. And as a grown man, that's where he was at. He was at 168. So, it doesn't make any sense. And we're talking about, you got to remember, we're talking about a 7-pound difference here. I mean, 7 pounds, okay? And, like I said, he's a smaller guy. He's a lot smaller than your average light heavyweight. And then he says, well, I moved up to light heavyweight to be great. So in other words, he's saying, I moved up to a bigger division to challenge myself, because my home division, my hometown division is super middleweight. So, when you look at it like that, I mean, I think it's a duck. Okay, that's my end conclusion, and I just gave you all the evidence and all the knowledge you can possibly give on this situation. I mean, going back to the Olympics, and I even said it kind of favors him. It does. It kind of looks like, if you look at the natural progression of his career, it looks like he kind of grew into a light heavyweight. But then when you really read between the lines, Yeah, it's not so much, not so much, okay? I think he can make super middleweight, and I think he chooses not to because right now he's got his hands full. Well, you know, with Kovalev, and he doesn't even want to put that shit out there. He doesn't even want to get the whole Gennady Golovkin Ward talk going again. So he's just saying, hey, you know, I'm staying right here. If he wants to fight, come up to light heavyweight. Now, wouldn't that be some shit, though, if Gennady Golovkin beats Canelo and, you know, maybe beats like a Saunders and then or skips Billy Joe Saunders and just moves up to light heavyweight and challenges Ward? I mean, that'd be epic, you know. So, but but yeah, I'm dreaming. I get it, but I don't know. What do you guys think? You can see it's just this back and forth bullshit, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But at the end of the video, the end of the day, whatever you want to call it, you know, my vote is, yeah, he is ducking Golovkin because he, like I said, you know, he talked all that game, talked all that shit, and, you know, when it comes time to, you know, to put his money where his mouth is, you know, I think he's hiding out at light heavy. That's what I think. So, you know, what do you guys think? You know, I like to hear from you. Leave your comment below. I'm not going to go back and remake the video if the audio was bad, you know, sorry. But basically, he's just saying, yeah, I can make 168, no problem. Then in the next breath, oh, no, I can't, you know. So anyway, guys, leave your comment below. Thank you for watching.